Okay, man, welcome back to Adventures in Trucking, man. We are excited today. We got our first official, paid load in the 53-foot enclosed trailer. We got the bikes going to Las Vegas. I think we actually have 5 bikes in here. So we got a group that's going to Vegas in honor of one of their riders' last big ride, if you will, checking off the bucket list. But yeah, man. You guys check us out on the channel. We're really excited to be finally out here running this new trailer. There's more videos to follow on that, showing the inside of it after we finish painting it, after we finish kind of rehabbing the inside of the trailer. Got all the lights working on the outside of it. So a little bit, in the words of Smoking the Bandit, we are westbound and down. All right, so we are in Mississippi right now. We are just shy of Memphis. So we're shutting it down for the night. Had a couple things we had to take care of on the truck. Hopefully we got that solved. We'll check back with you on that tomorrow, but we want to get the nighttime shot. This is I think our first time really getting the lights at nighttime. We had a couple of lights we had to change out, so we got everything on the trailer working now. So this is what the truck and trailer looks like at night. This is Tia, full glory, full bling bling. We'll walk you over towards the trailer and show you inside the trailer at nighttime. Show you what our cargo is going to be, or what the cargo is. Okay, so this is inside the trailer with the bikes going to Vegas. So that's the full kit, if you will, full cargo, the full load. All of them are, well, not all of them, 3 of them are Harley baggers. So you got the blue one here in the front. I think I want to say you're running a 26 on the front of this one. It's a little bit lighter blue. I think that's a Road Glide. I think it's what that one is. A little bit smaller wheel in there, but still chromed out. Behind that we got a Victory, and that bike I bet is pretty much stock. Hot shot short if you want to go in there and get the Victory on camera. I'm a fan of the Victory motorcycle. I would like to have one to go along with Big Shirley, the Suzuki Boulevard. As a true bagger, I would like to have a Victory like this. And then the next bike back is the venerable Honda Goldwing. Super quiet, super reliable, super comfortable. There's just nothing that these Goldwings don't do well. And then all the way at the back, we got the last Harley Davidson bike back here. He's got all of the daggone motor work done. This bike was a show bike, still very nice. You see he's got the big wheel on the front of this one as well. And I don't know if Hot Shot Shorty will be able to show you or not, but this bike does also have the back wheel painted to match the front wheel. A lot of times people will leave that back wheel out and it'll just be the stock wheel up under the bike. So this bike is, like I said, full show quality bike. So the back wheel does in fact match the front. Air ride on this one. You see all of the chrome on the engine, all of the chrome on the hand controls, floorboards chromed out. It is on a center stand, or it does have a center stand. Although we just got all the air dropped out of it front and rear right now, got it sitting on a block of wood. So it's very stable inside the trailer. As we come back up to the Goldwing, the Goldwing is sitting on its center stand, so it's standing up straight. This Goldwing belongs to Papa Hood, Hobo. This ride is in celebratory ride for him. And then back to the Victory, it is on its side stand, but we do have them strapped down in here super tight. Of course, we know the deal about going too tight on your forks and blowing fork seals. I ride motorcycles, I know, but we got everything strapped in here. Every bike has got at least 3 points of contact on it. It just depends. So we had to go through some different versions to get everything strapped down securely, everything strapped down tightly, but like I said, we're just short of Memphis right now, coming from Atlanta, and everything is still riding well. So this blue bike here, this bike is also on air ride. We have him standing up straight, and he's in a bike tight in the front wheel. He's in a bike tight in the front wheel. But this bike, I believe, has rear air ride on it. And then the front bike, I think, has front and rear air ride as well. And I believe this bike has got an onboard tank on it. So, excuse me, a lot faster up and down. This is just, we want to take a look at them one last time for the night. Make sure everything is in here solid before we lay it down. I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights out in here. We'll lock the trailer up, and we will hit it in the morning. Make another 700-mile pull. All right, man, we just got the trailer back and had the truck in the shop. We had another issue with the transmission. We had a sensor, a oil level sensor on the transmission, which is internal to the Allison 3000 series transmission. That oil level sensor was giving us a low oil indicator, and it was also a different issue we had was we had a I guess like an RPM sensor that was reading or faulty and not throwing an RPM showing the transmission and TCM what kind of RPMs the truck was making, and it was causing the transmission to basically lock out in second gear. So long story short, they had to run a completely new circuit for the back from the transmission back up to the transmission control module that bypassed the circuit. There is an Allison approved repair. That's how Allison does it. So you just, instead of trying to chase down and find the bad circuit, they run a new circuit. It's all new wire, the proper size, all got new pins on it, the same as the factory pins, and it's all put back in flex loom and then added back into the transmission control module that's on the bulkhead and the firewall of the under the hood of the truck. So right now we're getting ready to make our way still to Las Vegas. We are in Memphis right now, so we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So I'm checking my load in this trailer, making sure we're good to ride. We did go and fuel up the truck last night, so we're ready to ride for 10-12 hours of driving, and then we'll stop for fuel and go from there. I'm just going to double check everything, make sure we solid. I like these right here. Oh yeah, she's rock solid. I like that. I'm gonna give this gold wing a shake. She is rock solid in here as well. Let's check the Victory. That's rock solid. We got the Harley up front here, another Harley. Let's check this one out, see what we got here. I need to maybe snug this one a little bit. Can't do too much, but this one riding good. It's in a tight up here, so it's in the bike tight in the front wheel here, so. All right, that is our newest, I don't want to say addition, but change on the trailer. We had a winch down here already. So the problem we were having is that I was not able to find the remote control for the other winch we had down here, which was a super winch. I think it was an S5000. I found a remote, which I don't know if you guys know, but in Georgia where I live, Summit Racing is literally 15 minutes from my house. I went in there multiple times and they gave me what they said was the remote control for the Super Winch S5000. I had 3, 4 different ones. None of them were correct. They would not work the winch. The plug wouldn't even plug in. Anyhow, one of those remote controls, which was a wired remote, very similar to this, that remote for that Super Winch was $114. After no success and finding the correct one, we were actually in Las Vegas on a motorcycle trip, and I knew that Harbor Freight was having a great sale, so I got this Badland 5000, which I've been pretty pleased with them. I got the 9000 on my one car trailer. That is also the same winch that I use on the neck of my gooseneck trailer, and I do have a snatch block with that so I could double my line pull. But back to the point at hand, which is I got this winch for 179 bucks. I've had great luck with the Badlands. I know Matt at Matt's Off-Road Recovery, he's got half a dozen of them on his super off-road wrecker. For 179 bucks, man, I just went on through this thing in the floor. So we just installed it here in the parking lot of where we're staying in Las Vegas. We just had a little local dive, Howard Johnson, and been out here since before the sun was up, trying to beat the sun. So we got it installed. Basically, the wiring was already here, although we did use all of the new wiring with this winch. But you know, all the holes were there to be able to run the wire back to the battery where the other winch. So the other winch sat right here. The wiring, you know, was already run for the other winch. We deinstalled all of that, reinstalled this, and you know, with the holes being there, we were able to just use the holes that were there to run the wire back to the batteries. This trailer has 2 batteries on it, and this is my solar charge controller up here. So the solar panels on the roof, I believe, I want to say it's 200 watts, and it'll, you know, run solar or 12-volt accessories inside of here. I've just got these sitting up here for now, but you know, it'll run the light bulbs, 12-volt light bulbs in here. It also has power going to both batteries to keep the batteries charged up on the trailer. And it also runs my floor lights that are along the edge of the floor down here. So that's what the batteries on the trailer do. But this winch is going to serve us well. It sits low to the floor. Actually, I think it's a little lower profile than the S5000 I took out. So if I needed to get a car over the top of the winch and I needed this extra maybe 12 inches, you know, if the car was only that high, I could bring the bumper of the car up over top of here. So yeah, we just thought we would share that with you guys. It does have the wired remote control, which is a really long wire, but this would allow me to winch a car off of the back of the trailer into the back of the trailer and not be inside the trailer with the car. I could stand here in the door, you know what I mean? How Shorty is steering the car, I could be winching the car in from here. Actually, I do have an in-op. Looks like a guy we met here in the parking lot of the hotel. He's got a car that is in-op. I won't say it's in-op, but it actually has 4 flat tires. So we will use this winch hopefully today to pull that car into this trailer. We won't have to be trying to wrestle with pushing it up the deck and pushing it on in here with flat tires. We'll just winch it in with our new winch. I do also have the wireless winch upgrade. I didn't buy it with this winch because I already have it for my 9,000 pound winch, but the pin configuration here is the same. And in fact, I have the new style and the old style wireless remote controls for these Badland winches. So I can keep one of the wireless ones on the gooseneck trailer, the flatbed trailer with the 9K, and keep one of the wireless ones on this trailer. And I can, at that point, winch from the back of the trailer if I need to. If I'm by myself, I can winch from inside the car wirelessly, guide myself in with the steering wheel of the car, and still be able to winch the car in from the back. This winch does have 50 feet of cable on it, and so my floor is 45 feet from here to the back. If I need to, which I have bridles, you know, I have a V bridle, give me another 3 feet in length, and you know, I can, you know, make a extension or whatever to give myself more length if I need to reach past the back of the trailer with this winch. But I did want this one as the long drum or standard drum because it has 50 feet on it. Some of them only have 28 to 35 feet of cable on them. So This is the one I wanted that had the full 50 feet of wire on it. I may end up changing that out. I thought that these ZXRs came with a synthetic cable. I didn't see one with a synthetic cable. I didn't want to go up to the apex. I didn't really need an extra 500 pounds of pulling capacity. And the apex actually does sit a little higher than this one. So in any event, I believe this one is going to give me great service. It's never going to be outside in the weather. It's never going to be, on the front of the four-wheeler or side by side in the mud and the dirt and the rain and snow. None of that. So it's going to live right here in the floor of this trailer. It is permanently mounted there. So if I should burn it up, then that'll be the only time this winch comes out of this trailer. So another feature this has is what they call a second remote control. This one is a hard mount one where you would mount it either through the face of the trailer or mount it on a little switch pod. I'll probably see what I can find. There's got the little knockouts for this little standard style, rocker switch right there. Sometimes they have 1, 2, or 3 little knockouts just punching in, but it's already wired, and all you would do is just plug this in to the other end of the harness, which is on the other side of that hole, and I would have a hard mount here on the trailer where I control the winch and don't even have to plug in remote control at all. So I don't know if I'll use this or not. It's cool that it came with this and came with the extra little shackle, a little D shackle. I don't really see much use for this in my operations, but we got a half a dozen of them already, so now I got 7. In the trailer, we are making use of this winch that we just put in here the other day. So we do have this car in here. It's a little bit to this side over here. Maybe a rookie mistake. We should have had them a little bit frozen to the other side so we can get out, but we'll put the window down and crawl out the window. Just a little background, I did used to haul cars 20 some years ago, 25 years ago, although I did not have an enclosed trailer, but it's a little tough getting the door open because we're between the wheel wells right now. I only have the one car, so we'll just put the window down and climb out the window, and once we get this car here strapped down, we'll go deliver it. I think it's going like 6 miles. Delivering a Porsche in Marietta, Georgia.